Hello students, I am going to discuss here the very important result of linear algebra, Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Now what is the statement? Let T be a linear operator on a finite dimensional vector space V over F. We are considering V as vector space over F and T be any linear operator on V. We can say that T is a mapping from V to V. If delta lambda is a characteristic polynomial of T, then delta at T equal to 0 in place of lambda. When we put T, then that is equal to 0. That is T satisfy its characteristic equation. This is characteristic polynomial for T. And when we replace lambda with T, then delta of T equal to 0 means T satisfy delta lambda equal to 0 means T satisfy its characteristic equation. This is the statement of Cayley-Hamilton theorem. We are considering T any linear operator on vector space V over F, and delta T is a characteristic polynomial. When we replace T with lambda with T, then that is equal to 0 means T satisfy its characteristic equation. This is characteristic polynomial. When we consider equal to 0, then that will become characteristic equation and T satisfy that characteristic equation. Now, sorry, what is the proof? Let T be the linear operator on n-dimensional vector space V over field F. T be the linear operator on a finite dimensional vector space V over F. We are considering B as ordered basis of V. Because V is a vector space, by existence theorem there always exists a basis. We denote the basis by B. B is ordered basis of V. And A is equal to T with respect to B, means A is a matrix associated with the linear operator T. Then if A equal to Aij of order n cross n, we are considering the matrix as its elements are Aij of order n cross n, then characteristic polynomial of T is. Characteristic polynomial in the statement we have denoted by delta T. We can write it as delta lambda equal to determinant of A minus lambda I. This is the value of characteristic polynomial, and this is equal to A11 minus lambda, A12 up to A1n. Then A21, A22 minus lambda up to A2n. And last is AN1, AN2 up to ANN minus lambda. When we solve this determinant, there is the value of determinant. When we solve this determinant, it is a polynomial in lambda. So we write as alpha naught, alpha 1 lambda, alpha 2 lambda square up to alpha n lambda power n say, where alpha i's are scalars belonging to F. Sorry. Now the elements of matrix A minus lambda I are the polynomial of at most first degree 1 in lambda. Therefore, elements of matrix, the elements of matrix A minus lambda I are polynomials of almost first degree in lambda. Lambda power 1 can be considered, so it is first degree in lambda. Therefore, the elements of matrix adjoint A minus lambda I are polynomial in lambda of degree less than or equal to n minus 1. This is the value, here the terms of lambda appear with the degree less than or equal to n. Therefore, adjoint of a minus lambda I equal to b naught plus b1 lambda b2 lambda square up to bn minus 1 lambda n minus 1, because we are considering the adjoint a minus lambda I are polynomial in lambda. This is a polynomial in lambda of degree less than or equal to n minus 1. We are considering the degree n minus 1, where bi's are square matrices of order n. Here bi's are square matrix of order n. Now a minus lambda I, adjoint of a minus lambda I equal to determinant of a minus lambda I. By putting the value, we get a minus lambda I. The value of this is b naught, b1 lambda, b2 lambda square up to bn minus 1 lambda n minus 1. And the value of determinant a minus lambda is alpha naught plus alpha 1 lambda up to alpha n lambda power n and I. Equating coefficient of like powers on lambda on both sides. First, first is coefficient of constant term. Here the coefficient of constant term is ab naught, and this is equal to alpha naught I. This is the coefficient of constant term. Then coefficient of lambda, this is ab1 minus ib naught equal to alpha 1 I. Then coefficient of lambda square ab2 minus ib1 is alpha 2 I, and so on. When we consider coefficient of lambda power n, this is minus ibn minus 1 equal to alpha n I. Pre-multiplying the equation, first equation we multiply with I, second with a, third with a square, up to last with a power n, and adding. We are multiplying these equations first with the I, second with a, third with a square, and last with a power n, and adding. After adding, we get the result as alpha naught I, alpha 1 a, alpha 2 a square up to alpha n a power n. Means every square matrix corresponding to linear operator satisfy its characteristic equation. That is, we can write it as delta of a equal to 0. Now delta t is alpha naught I plus alpha 1 t plus alpha 2 t square up to alpha t power n. Then delta t with respect to b. This is the matrix of delta t with respect to b. This is equal to alpha naught I, alpha 1 a, alpha 2 a square up to alpha n a power n, and this value by this result is equal to 0. That is, delta t is equal to 0. Hence this is the proof. Thank you.